He's like, you just cut. But at least he said thank you after.
Hi, everybody. This is April 23rd, 2025. So it's the 1-year anniversary of the death of my little brother, Paul Cairns, who was locked up by the British Columbia New Democratic Party government in a group home for 588 days with no visits. I was his last surviving family member and visitor. So the BC New Democratic Party government terminated my visits with Paul after 35 years when I complained to the Burnaby RCMP about a fraudulent and forged power of attorney they created to give him the COVID-19 shot. So I know all that now. And after Paul died, then they applied to have me declared a vexatious litigant because I had fought to the Supreme Court of Canada twice to try and restore Paul's visits with me and my visits with him. We were allowed a 10-minute telephone call once a week, and Paul begged me to visit him. He begged me to take him to a movie. This is the most sadistic government. My member of parliament was Bonita Zarillo. Her office is just across the street from where I'm sitting right now. And she is the incumbent candidate in my riding, Port Moody, Coquitlam. And she never met with me once. I've never seen her face. I begged her constituency assistant, Sasha Wood. What she did was she put her foot in the door, literally put her foot in the door, so I couldn't step past the threshold when I was trying to drop off a letter asking for help to restore the visits with my brother. I've been working on the Conservative Party campaign for Paul Lambert. Ironically, my candidate's name is Paul. And somebody told me that Bonnie Zarilla, the champion of the working man, her husband gave her a blue Jaguar, which she zips around with. She wears a hat and sunglasses when she's zipping around in her blue Jaguar. But when her constituency assistant said that there was nothing we can do, we cannot help you, even though Paul's federal pension, old age security, was going to the group home that had locked him up, which is L'Arche, L'Arche. Bonnie Zarilla, she never even wrote me, she never even emailed me to say, sorry, I can't help you. She is the most useless piece of crap walking the face of the earth. And I'm sitting right across from her, the office that she had. But hopefully, on Monday, April 28th, which is Paul's birthday, believe it or not, the Canadian election where we're going to throw out these evil LibNDP assholes is Monday, April 28th. And Paul up in heaven will smile. So I've been working since the election was called on April 2nd. I've knocked on 601 doors in Coquitlam, Port Moody. I've walked more than 10,000 steps a day. And I've gotten orders for 10 different lawn signs. So I've been working as hard as I can. The Liberal NDP, the 10 years that we've been under this crushing, incompetent, brutal regime of Justin Trudeau and Jagmeet Singh. Jagmeet Singh, by the way, was Paul's MP. I also wrote him every day and begged him for help freeing Paul, liberating Paul from his group home so we could have visits before he died. But Paul was locked up, as I said, for 588 days. And Jagmeet Singh also never even responded. He never even said, I can't help you. He's, and when he says he's going to help every constituent, I just have to laugh. They're so evil. The Liberal NDP are so evil, and they've parachuted in this 3-passport carpetbagger from New York City, Mark Carnage, who is a World Economic Forum founder. He's a founder. He's never been elected dog catcher. And there's allegations that he's got a doctorate. That just means I've got a doctorate in law. And you're not electing me prime minister of a country that I've never lived in or haven't lived in my whole adult life. Every moment that Mark Carney had to choose where he was going to live, he chose somewhere other than Canada. Why on earth would you vote for somebody that would rather live anywhere else unless he can be your boss? Evil piece of shit. Anyways, if you haven't voted already, make sure you get out and vote for your Conservative candidate. It's the founding, John A. Macdonald was Conservative. It's the founding party of Canada. When John A. Macdonald could see at the end of the American Civil War that the North was going to win, and it had northward aspirations, he founded Canada. And he built the Trans-Canada Railway. And the reason that we're a country today is thanks to the Conservative Party's John A. Macdonald. So the only way, I believe firmly, and I'm not some 16-year-old NDP twit. I've been to law school. I've lived through liberal administrations in Canada and conservative administrations in Canada. And Canada will not, we need a change. It's time for a change. I went out door knocking with a woman who could barely speak English. She spoke, her first language was Mandarin, a beautiful lady. And we were knocking on doors, and every chance she could get, she would say, time for a change, time for a change. It is time for a change. Don't re-elect the assholes that locked up my little brother for 588 days and then let him die. That's all I'm begging you. Think about my little brother, Paul Cairns. It's the most vulnerable members of society it's a care for the most vulnerable members of society by which you judge a society. And Canada has done horribly. And I have eyes to see, and you should too. So get out, find out who your Conservative Party of Canada candidate is, and drag 9 friends with you. Don't just go by yourself. Drag 9 friends with you and vote Conservative. Canada will not survive Mark 3-passport carnage administration of a Liberal NDP government. Take care, everybody. I love you all.